Now, where do we see this sort of relationship, like I was mentioning, between the church and Christ? Isaiah 43. Go to Isaiah 43 from verse 1. And in the King James Version, this is titled, "The Lord comforts with his promise. But now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, that he had formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee, I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they will not overflow thee. And when thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burnt, neither shall thy flame kindle upon thee. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, the Saviour. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for thee. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore I will give men for thee, and people for thy life. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east, and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far, and my daughters from the ends of the earth, even every one that is called by my name. For I have created him for my glory. I have formed thee, yea, I have made him. Bring forth the blind people that have eyes, and the deaf that have ears. Let all the nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this, and show us former things? Let them bring forth their witness, that they may be justified, or let them hear and say, it is truth. So here we see this sort of not only love, but this sort of comfort in God's promises. God has so many promises for Israel, but yet when we go back to Malachi 2, we see that again there is this sort of rebellion. And at one point, or at many points, Israel was very, very honorable in the eyes of God. They pleased God by their actions, keeping the commandments, proclaiming his word, looking after the meek, the lowly, the poor, etc. There were times, but after always a certain time, so many prophets, so many judges, they all come about. They bring Israel back into the presence of God. And then as soon as these prophets or these judges sort of either die or sort of take a step back, Israel is back into rebellion, back into a marriage with these false gods, back into this sort of affair with these pagan deities, and you could say sort of divorcing the idea of God. And then again you have these prophets come back to help them. So there was a constant back and forth, but the love of God for his people has never changed, and that has been portrayed or recorded from Genesis to Revelation.